So here is what's wrong with a lot of today's more modern ornaments. Most of them are shatterproof now. They're also usually very shiny or maybe very glittery. They all look extremely manufactured because they are. They're obviously not handmade, and they really don't have a lot of personality, and they've lost their soul. So the holiday trend that's definitely come back from the old world are these more antique, vintage looking ornaments. So we're definitely seeing a resurgence in more hand-blown, antique looking, maybe something like this where you have some individuality to them. These are just glass, but it has that antique finish to it, so it's not perfect and manufactured. It has some patina to it. So having some of those antique or vintage looking ornaments is definitely on trend this year. And these can be ornaments that maybe were passed down from generation to generation. Maybe your mom gave them to you or your grandma did. So if you have some of these glass or antique or vintage ornaments, you can feel free to use them to express yourself. You probably always have been using them, but I just want you to know it's definitely on trend to have that vintage look to your Christmas tree this year. Some of these vintage ornaments have different scenes painted on them. They have hand painted scenes. They might be a nativity scene. It might be a little town or maybe a Santa. And all that is just a beautiful way to add a lot of character and personality to your tree. You also can get mercury glass ornaments. I also say just anything that looks a little bit more vintage would be a great add to your Christmas tree. For example, I found these at Target, which are manufactured and shatterproof, but if you look at them, the shapes are really unusual and they do have these beautiful dark velvet on them. And I thought that these were really special because they gave a very unique shape and they have all the on-trend colors, which are the dark green and the maroon and the deep red. And I'll link to these down below. I also found a few more. I thought this was a really cute one with the tassel, which I felt is very old world and old world elegant style. And I found these as well. These are all from Target, and these are gigantic velvet balls with a little bit of glitter on them, but I thought that these were really special too. And if you had a bunch of these on your tree, I haven't decorated my tree because we're actually doing our tree trimming party today. We're gonna put up our tree and inviting all our family over to do some tree trimming, and I'll be showing that to you guys at some point in the future, so make sure you hit subscribe.